What's up, world of YouTube? I know I did a video a while ago explaining my capture card setup, so I'm not going to showcase that. But I'm going to show you guys a little bit of insight in terms of how I film a lot of my live action videos and stuff like that. This is another part of that special week of scheduled videos. Tomorrow is going to be a knowledge bomb, so be looking forward to that. But first off, I'm going to show you guys a panoramic of my studio, the room I film about 85 to 90% of my videos. So, panoramic shot of my studio now. When you walk in, this is what you see. And I know it looks very small. That's because I try to utilize as much of this small space as I can. There's literally nothing over there. It's just the TV and a garbage can that needs to be cleaned the fuck out. And there's a closet here, that's where the door hangs. Which is actually over there for some reason. But anyway, whenever I film discography reviews, because I try to have specific places for each of my videos that aren't skits. I wanted to have every other video have a designated, every other series have a designated spot in the studio, but everything has ended up filming right in front of the viral wall, which I still need to add stuff to. There's the wall of hats, obviously, but viral wall there, but I usually film discography reviews by setting it right here, sitting in this chair, which is usually spun around. There's puppets. Right there is where it is. Usually I have my tripod. I set it up, and I talk about music, stuff like that. I've been toying around ideas for what I want to do with discography reviews in terms of setup in the future, but that's what I use right now. I used to, when I was describing how I did YouTube Critics that one time, it was right here. It was sitting on top of this desk, by the way. My dice collection. I don't know if you guys knew this, but I collect dice. It's kind of nerdy, I guess, but anyway. It was sitting right here on the tripod, and it was filming at that. And the biggest pain in the ass was my tripod, because it's small, and I was trying to set it on there, and it just didn't work properly. Now, as for the setup for everything else, including how I do YouTube Critics now, when I film in front of the viral wall, I usually have it set up like this. I used to actually have it sitting on the tripod on this edge right here, but as you can see, I wore this part of the drawer to hell, and so I toyed around with it a bit, and I had it sitting on top of these Genesis cartridges for a while, but I moved down a drawer because it framed me better, and I just stack it on some Genesis cartridges. I'll usually stack all of these up, and I still have to work this part out because I just started doing this recently. And I aim it, bounce it, and there you go. Set up. Now, figured I'd show you guys the other room that I filmed some videos in. I filmed a lot of video reviews in there, or movie reviews in there. It's dark. My bedroom, which is actually extremely dirty, but here's a panoramic of my bedroom. There's some paintings, because I'm classy. There's an axe on the wall, but yeah, dirty bed. What I did was I set it on the tripod, which I still have to find. I don't even know where my tripod is, and I set it right there, and I would step back and film against this wall, which has nothing on it, but just a couple of behind the scenes in terms of technical setup. Now, I don't know if anyone's going to ask this during the live stream, but I'm going to answer this question now that I might get, and that is, how do I come up with the bands I'm going to review? And actually, let me get seated so that I can do this easier. See how that looks. I've never actually tried this camera angle. New camera angle for the win! Now, since discography reviews are my most popular thing that I do on this channel, a lot of you guys love my discography reviews. I figured I'd talk a little bit about the insight as to how I find bands that I want to review, or my method behind some of it. Before this list of 15 that I have set out, which is the first time I've ever really had a catalog set that I'm going to do, it was usually at random. I would never plan on doing a band more than a week before I did the review. Take, for instance, Machine Head. The reason why I reviewed Machine Head when I did is because I didn't have Metallica finished, and I just wanted to do a discography review because I know a lot of you guys love my discography reviews, and I try to, at least now, get at least one up a month. If I get two up, I feel accomplished. But I try to get up at least one up a month, and that's also kind of behind why I still do a lot of the stuff I do. I love, and I've experimented with stuff that I wanted to do, and it just doesn't work out, but like YouTube critics and movie reviews and all this other stuff, I do, one, because I love to do it, but two, because I couldn't just do discography reviews. I know I can't just do discography reviews because they would not come out as often as I would like, period. And I know what you're thinking, no, they would come out more because you're focusing more time on that. That's not true, because while I still love to review music, that's a lot of music that I have to review, so it's something that I would like to keep doing, but I definitely love doing this other stuff because it's progressive for me. It's something, it's changing up what I do, and that's one thing I love to do on this channel, is to add new stuff and to do a lot of other things, and eventually I'll explain this probably in the live chat too, a little bit more in depth, but I'd like to make this like its own TV station in a way. But that's not like the station, but like a variety of content under one net. So, yeah. But, essentially, especially in the beginnings, I just picked a band and was like, I'm gonna do that. In recent times, I've plotted out, since Avenged Sevenfold, since I really started doing HD ones, actually no, even before that, the Disturbed one was the first one that I had really planned on doing that band around that time. Ever since then, they've been kind of scheduled, but before that, it was just, I'm gonna do that band, I'm gonna do that band, I'm gonna do this band with this person. Like, it was always something random. In fact, literally, the Lamb of God one, the first time we filmed the Lamb of God one at Jesse's house, we literally were just sitting around, and I was like, want to do discography review? And he was like, sure. And we did 2 that night. I mean, it was something that was off the cuff, completely just off the wall random. But now, not so much. Now I plan them a little bit. Now I have the list of 15, which is now 14, and I'm a little bit more refined with that. But in terms of choosing the band, it's still kind of the same. I looked through my iPod, and I've been trying to stray away from doing just metal. That's why a lot of variety has been popping up on this next 15 list. But I'll just look through my iPod here, and I'll go, I don't know. Let's see. I would just sit through here, and usually it's an artist that I've been listening to a lot. Like once, for a month, I wanted to do a Prodigy discography review because I was listening to the Prodigy a shit ton. That eventually did not happen, obviously, but I still would love to do the Prodigy in the future. But like, usually it tends on to being what groove I'm in, and that's how some of my reviews go. Like, when I did the Runaway Guys YouTube Critic, it was along the same lines. I was watching a lot of their content, and I was like, I'll go ahead and do a YouTube critic of them now. I still kind of keep that whole doing stuff off the cuff, or doing stuff randomly, but it's more scheduled randomness. And, I think you guys kind of noticed that, because, I mean, I don't script anything. I don't even script my skits. Everything I do is planned speech. All of my discography reviews are planned speech. I just retain, what I want to talk about, and I talk about it on camera. I do the same thing with YouTube critics. On the Skin Dread review, that was the first review I actually took notes while I was listening to the albums. Every other time before that, it was just off the cuff, or half off the cuff. It was just, while a song off the album was playing, I would think about the other songs in earnest with that song. That's one of the reasons why I play music while I review, because I can think of the other stuff that's on the album while I play it. And sometimes I'll look back and I'll see a review and I'll go, I should have talked about that. Like the Metallica review, I didn't even touch lyrical content, and I could have gone a hell of a lot more in depth with Metallica if I had discussed lyrical content, but I did not, and that's just kind of, you know, brushed away. But, yeah, I mean, I just think of an album as a whole while I'm reviewing it. I'm still thinking while I'm reviewing and while I'm on camera talking, and that's kind of how I've been doing every single thing that I've done on here in terms of reviewing. That's kind of why I like doing Let's Plays, because it's live. I record it while I play, so my thoughts are processed at the same time that I'm talking, and I can focus on some things, and I love doing Let's Plays for that reason. It's just so comforting to me to review kind of while I'm playing, and it's awesome. I love it so much, and I'm glad that some of you guys are enjoying my Let's Plays as well. But that's kind of behind the mind, the man that does these reviews. I figured I'd let you guys know, or I figured I'd give you guys a little bit of insight. That's really just knock the camera over. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully you found this informative in terms of how I review stuff. Literally, I just listen to an album a lot of times, and then I just talk about it on camera. I don't script, except for the Skins review, which I know that piece of paper's around here somewhere. While I was listening to it, I was taking notes. And I feel that that made it a little bit more fun, but it was honestly along the same lines of the stuff I normally do. I might try scripting a couple of other reviews, but I don't know if that's something I want to keep doing, or at least scripting notes and kind of referring to notes, because it was kind of the same feeling. I didn't reference them that much. Writing them just kind of made me remember what I wanted to say better. But yeah, again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Tomorrow, like I said, Knowledge Bomb. You guys have good days, life situations. I will see you another day.